American racing star Kyle Larson is very confident in his chances against Formula One champion Max Verstappen. Plus, Colleague Racing might have just corrected their biggest mistake for the 2024 season. Welcome into the Breaking Balls channel. It's Bob here. I am still trying to come down from that Austin Dillon penalty report that was issued by NASCAR. Go ahead and like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Welcome in. We've got a lot to get into, so let's just jump right in here, folks. AJ Allmendinger is back in the NASCAR Cup Series. AJ Allmendinger will be in the Colleague number 16 car for the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series full-time season. He's been in that Colleague Xfinity Series seat 3 of the last 4 seasons. Had that lone 2023 full-time run in the Colleague chartered car. Won the Charlotte Roval and was actually even in the playoff hunt at one point. Then the summer kind of faded away. He chose to go to the Xfinity Portland race instead of qualifying for the Gateway, I believe, race in NASCAR's Cup Series right in the middle of the thick of the playoff hunt. But he's got 3 full-time wins, including that 2023 Roval win in Charlotte. So listen, AJ Allmendinger deserves to be at the Cup Series level. It seems like Colleague has just mismanaged him and their whole seat the last year or two. They had Justin Haley and AJ Allmendinger in 2023, and it looked like a formidable team for the next couple of years. And instead, they have a rotating team in that 11 team, and then Daniel Hemrick, who is basically a sponsorship filler in that 31 car this year. Colleague definitely moving back in the right direction, putting someone like AJ Allmendinger, who at least gives you a chance to win at 4 to 5 races a year at a minimum on those road courses, or at least be competitive. But I know you probably clicked on this video for a reason, so let's get into it. Kyle McFadden of FloRacing had an article that came out. He was following Kyle Larson all weekend at the Knoxville Nationals, which is one of the biggest, if not biggest, sprint car races in the world, held up in Knoxville, Iowa. And McFadden had an article come out that was basically a detailed account of why Kyle Larson thinks he's the best driver in the world. And before you get into it, everyone always says Kyle Larson, Max Verstappen. Those are 2 of the names that always come up, at least in America, as far as the best drivers in the world all around. Kyle Larson himself weighs in, and Kyle McFadden has the quotes. I'm just going to go ahead and read them because they're just... Kyle Larson put his chest out. Let's go ahead and say that right now. I know in my mind I am better than him as an all-around driver. There's no way Verstappen can get into a sprint car and win the Knoxville Nationals. There's no way he can go and win the Chili Bowl. There's no way he can win a cup race at Bristol. There's probably no way I can win a Formula One race at Monaco, but I think I'd have a better shot at him just because of the car element. That's what gives me ease and confidence, like I know I'm better than him. Maybe not in an open-wheel Indy car or Formula One car, but that's one discipline. I think I would beat him in everything else. You can quote that. You can quote that. Kyle Larson sticking his chest out saying, I deserve my respect around the world. Listen, after winning the Knoxville Nationals for the 3rd time in the last 4 years, which is, again, probably the biggest sprint car race in the entire world, over 100 drivers compete in a 4-day event for this. Kyle Larson was flying back and forth from the Richmond NASCAR weekend to Knoxville, Iowa. He's won sprint cars, dirt late models. He has a 24 hours of Daytona on his name. Cup Series champion. He's also the current regular season leader in the NASCAR Cup Series. That's with 1 less race than the rest of the garage because Kyle Larson chose to run the Indy 500 the entire month of May and even led laps this Memorial Day weekend at the 2024 Indy 500. So yes, I think it's fair to say that Kyle Larson has a good argument for being the best all-around driver. Emphasis on all-around driver because yes, Max Verstappen is the easy answer when it comes to the best driver in the world. 3-time Formula One world champion, dominant at Red Bull Racing. But he only races at Red Bull. He only races in Formula One cars, and Formula One is a very closed racing series. You cannot race as an outsider from Formula One. Just ask Andretti. And then Max Verstappen only races iRacing at night because he's like a dog chained to the porch, wanting to run around and race with everything. But he only can race in Formula One. So, yes, Max Verstappen is a great driver, but all around, we don't know, really. We've never seen it. And Kyle Larson is out there racing 4 or 5 times a week. So, yes, I think it's at least a fair argument to have that Kyle Larson is the best all-around wheelman in the world. And I'm glad to see Kyle Larson having the confidence to at least call out Max Verstappen. It would be great to have an event where we could find out something like this. I know Race of Champions still goes on, although it doesn't have the name power that it used to when you had, someone like a Carl Edwards upsetting Michael Schumacher. But maybe the Olympics could do something. I know it was squashed for 2028, but the FIA is pushing for karting in the 2032 Olympics. Verstappen would be, I believe, 34, 35, and Larson would be pushing 40, but I guess it's better than nothing here. We had a video on the channel a few weeks ago where it was Olympic motorsports and seeing the talent around the world in the different series. It's a shame you don't get to see these guys rub elbows more because there's so much talent around the world. There's many guys you could probably make a case for as the best all-around driver in the world. But I'm glad to see Kyle Larson not afraid to be very confident that he is the best all-around driver in the world. Let us know what you think down below. Again, if you're new here to the channel, subscribe, like this video. It helps us out a ton. But again, welcome to the Breaking Balls channel. Subscribe for more, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.